Hello, hello. We're bringing in the face cam again today. God, the glare from the light is crazy. Just making myself look yellow. I'm looking yellow. Oh my god, my face reveal, that's crazy. Yeah, this is the first time you've been able to see my face. Yep. That's how it works. Let me. So, again, as I've said before, I don't do background music for live streams anymore because it'll just get copyrighted and no one can watch it. So, please grab your Spotify premium or whatever, Apple Music, YouTube Music. Put on some background music you're comfortable with. Make sure you can still hear me, of course. But otherwise, there will be no music, no sounds at all in this live stream other than me talking. And as I have mentioned, the plan is that we're going to be configuring Pouncing for Arbovenator. These animations have been in game for 3 days now. They just haven't been implemented yet. See, this is the attack animation when it pounced. Num num num, he says. Num num num. This is not me adding gliding or climbing to Arbovenator, by the way. This is just the pouncing. So there will be more changes to Arbovenator in the future. Looks so nice, though. Such a cool concept. So pretty. And then there's this gray one. It's just gray. Why? I swear this is not 1K textures. This looks like it was uploaded in beyond 1K textures. Yeah, it's eating the floor right now. It's pouncing on the floor. That's how that works. Alright, let's go into Uplands. So we're in Uplands now. Let's first at the data first. I'm just gonna copy directly functionality from Utah Raptor, and then I'm gonna fit it to Arbovenator. And then I have to add Pounce latch points to basically everything in the Uplands. Uplands already has a lot of latch points for a lot of dinosaurs, but those are accustomed to Deinonychus, meaning that some of the dinosaurs don't have latch points for sub-adult, adult, or elder. Because it doesn't really make sense for something like Deinonychus to pounce an adult Acrocanthosaurus, given the Acrocanthosaurus is 100 times longer. So that is why I'm gonna be adding some new latch points for stuff. And of course configuring Arbovenator. And there will be other changes as well, of course. I am hopefully loud and clear for everyone. My voice is not breaking up. Wow, look at me. Look at this. My headphones was at an angle. That was weird. Look at these gray hairs. So gray. All right, so let's get started. While I'm working, I'm gonna be talking about all sorts of stuff. It's still a chill live stream. We're still gonna be chilling out. Well, Sophus is outside right now, so he's running around outside. So Sophus is not here right now. So we enter the Utah Raptor data. And we grab the Pounce ability and apply to Arbovenator. Arbovenator. First for the male and then for the female. So we copy that onto Arbovenator. Then we take it from Deinonychus, the dinosaurs that it is able to chop onto, which is this one. I am not sure if Arbovenator will be able to pounce onto Theory and Dinochirus. Mainly because Theory and Dinochirus have this thick coat of feathers and fur. Arbovenator, it's not that big. I mean, it has some really sharp claws, don't get me wrong. I mean, some really sharp claws. This Dulaw is pretty crazy. Maybe it can cut through the thick fur of Theracino and Dinochirus. What do you guys think? Do you think this is enough to cut through the fur / coat of Dinochirus and Theracinosaurus? I am not sure. Of course, it's got some pretty nasty claws here on the hands as well. Yeah, definitely on Thero, but I'm just wondering, Thery, especially Dinochirus. Dinochirus is so damn thick. I think perhaps we can make it so it can attack Theracinosaurus with the Pounce. But Dinochirus, Mobile will get Pounce eventually. I'm sorry, we kind of just forget about Mobile constantly. But I mean, Mobile is just not a big priority. I know it's a vicious cycle of like, we don't spend any money on improving mobile, so mobile players don't spend any money. And it just keeps on going around in a circle like that. But eventually, I think when we do add the console support for controllers, that we're gonna do something about it. Pteranodon is actually being animated right now, so it just takes a little longer. A lot of the recent animation progress we have shown have been the abilities and minor things, whereas Pteranodon needs a full set of animations, and it's the same case with Synopterus. And let's take a look at this. We have applied it for this feral now. Let's add the animations. Pounce idle and pounce attack, and it goes into the attacks category. Let's do that. Alright, so now we gotta upload the animations. I recently got this new plugin that lets me upload animations super quickly. But I'm not gonna be using that because I'm live streaming, and there's some stuff included in it that I don't think is good to release to the public, in the sense that there's some IP stuff, because you're running a local server, so I don't want to show the local server stuff. But it basically just means I can upload all my animations in one button click instead of having to do all 30 or whatever. And disable loop. Let's take a look at the adult M. So this is the male. That was the female we were just looking at. Is this guy Jaco? What? Should I add like a little text above my face cam saying, yes, this is Jaco? That's big. That's very big. Let's make that small again. Maybe this small. This is not fitting. I think this is pretty nice. I think this is pretty nice, honestly. I can still say, yeah, I've got face cam on, but you cannot see anything I'm doing. I'll get it up to this size again. I think this size is fitting. It doesn't take up too much of the screen, and the stuff behind my face cam is pretty irrelevant anyhow. We did actually add the blood stuff in this recent patch, but we had to remove it immediately again. Actually, you know, this stuff. We had to remove it immediately again because it broke everything. As we've said, Roblox doesn't support this properly with the textures. So when we added all these blood decals to the models, streaming started messing up and streaming out things it wasn't supposed to. So dinosaurs would just disappear in front of you, and your own dinosaur would also disappear, and it was, yeah, we had to disable it sadly. So we have to report the issue to Roblox. Mm. I just ate 2 cakes, so I'm high on sugar right now. I had a cinnamon roll and a brunsvier. I love cake, man. I love cake. But we're still ripped. We're still ripped. Let's go. It's lovely being able to just eat whatever you want and then just still be like normal weight. I really feel bad for the people who eat like 1 cake and they gain like 10 kilos of weight. And what the heck, man? Alright, I think we can add these animations to them as well now. Oops. Let's move this over here again. Remember that HPS guy? Yeah, he's such a troll, that HPS guy. He's such a weirdo. I think we can have Pteranodon and Synopterus out by the Easter event. I think that is realistic. Ba, 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 bum, 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 bum. Ba, 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 ba. Edmonton kick nerf? No, thank you. Let's go for the is the song. It's right on the soul. Hey ho, for Jutlandia. Hun kommer som kaldet til slaget. Hjemvendt er jægeren, hjemvendt fra jagt. Og så manden hjemvendt fra havet. Ho, for Jutlandia. Hun kommer som kaldet til slaget. Hjemvendt er jægeren, hjemvendt fra jagt. Sømanden hjemvendt fra havet. Bum, 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 bum. Have you guys ever noticed my background? What do you think of my background? I've had this background for like 3 years, but it's still... It's Spino. I love Spino. I love Spino. Everyone should know that I love Spino by now. Everyone should know. Spino's my favorite carnivore. There's a cat that wants to enter. Hey, fella, fella. Hey, fella, fella. Oh. As I was saying, I love Spino. I love Spino. Spino is the best Spino. I have the best Spino. Yeah, this is Anki. This is Anki. I agree. You can see the lumbering tail back there at the tail club. Anki grew a pair of giant, giant claws and a big sail. Imagine Anki with a sail. Imagine that. Dancer skin. Oh, what is it complaining about now? Oh, there's two of these. Heathen. Mail. We got the mail here first. Danse i måneskin. Vi lukker natten ind. Danse i måneskin. Vi lukker natten ind. Danse i måneskin. Alright, let's take a look at the config. What dinosaurs have we got in Uplands? Let's go through the list just so I don't forget any. Alright, we've got these fellers. So the semi-aquatics, I believe I did give Deinonychus the ability to do some of the semi-aquatics. Yeah, we've got Suko. The status on the fictional ecosystem. There is no status on it currently. It's still just an idea. There's no confirmation that it's gonna happen, but it's just an idea. It may happen, it may not. Okay, Acanthocordia. Let's take a look at this. So Tyrannosaurus adult limit, Suco adult limit, Tabo adult limit, Para elderly limit, Poseidon subadult limit. There's no reason for Arbovenator to pounce an adult Poseidon. It's just not gonna work. Let's see, what else have we got? Selfish. just Sophus and Kelly. They're running outside the window. They look at it. They're looking at a bird right now that's sitting in a tree. Silly cats. Or maybe they're looking at each other. They're just goofing around. Please excuse me. The cats are just going crazy. All right, let's see. What else have we got? We've got Thero. Should be able to pounce Thero. Therodontosaurus. That should be adult limit. What else have we got? We've got Acanthocordia. Sauropilta. Nah, that doesn't make any sense. Senti. Senticephale. I think that can work. I think Senticephale is 2 times heavier than Arbo, at least the male. I don't think we'll make the female able to pounce Senticephale though. The female Arbovenator weighs 450. I think Senti weighs like 600 or 700 kg. Let's take a look. Yeah, Senti weighs 600, so it only really makes sense for the male Arbovenator to pounce onto Senti. What else have we got? We've got we were talking about Theri. Therisino. It should probably cap at adult, or maybe sub-adult for the Therisino. I think sub-adult. Acro is here, Styraco is here. Maha, doesn't make sense to pounce onto Maha. Suko. I mean, we can make it so Dinocyrus up to sub-adult can be pounced onto, but like adult, no. So I think these will be the dinosaurs that Arbovenator will be able to pounce on. Sandbox comes out when we have fixed a lot of the other issues right now. I played the game earlier today for a while, but I also have to do some stuff like, working, so so let's add this to the male as well. And then for the female, I remove the Senticephale part. So the bulk of this work is gonna be adding the latch points to the prey. There's also one for Concavenator. Yeah, we can remove that one. Doesn't make any sense. They are very much similar size. Tenanto. Tenanto adult. I don't think it needs to pounce onto Tenanto. Tenanto is not big enough. See, that's the problem. We cannot have pouncing as a mechanic for similarly sized dinosaurs. Pouncing is something you do onto larger dinosaurs than yourself. Whereas if you want to fight something of your own size, you should instead pin them. Or something else along those lines. What are y'all listening to while we're doing this for the background music? I am listening to all sorts of cool music. Currently, some Game of Thrones music is going on in my background. Mhm. So this is the list of things I need to ensure can be pounced on to. Let's get started with that. You have no music on. What? Same stats here. I feel like every time I yawn, someone is gonna take a picture, a screenshot of me yawning, and turn it into like an emote or something. Like a scream emote or something. We're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. Dinosaur data. Publish this, and now it's time to fiddle around with the dinosaurs. Acanthocardia, Acro, Suco. Mm, well, the cake. The cake! Tarbo, Thericino, Therodontosaurus. What do you guys think about my American accent? What do you think about it? Do I sound American? I like to think I sound American. I'm from Texas. I'm from Texas. I like my smoked brisket. My brisket. I like the smoked brisket. Smoked brisket hamburgers. Smoked brisket sandwich. I go to Bucky's every day. I go to Bucky's every day. I go get a tank of gas, $2 a gallon. $2 a gallon. Yeah. Yeehaw. Uh, Galley? Nah, Galley is not big enough. Anakyrus is there. What am I missing? Senti. No, I did choose Senti already. Para? I did choose Para. Suko, Tabo, Acro, Styreco. Wait, Styreco is already configured. Acantho, Theory, Dinochirus. Yeah, I think that's actually all of them. Okay, they're over here, which is as intended, as God made them. God being me in this case, because I made them. Bucky's is my gold, man. Hell yeah. Bucky's, that was pretty fun. Pretty cool spot. Look at the acro. Alright, let's see. Which ones should we'll upscale the ones that we have currently here. These ones. Alright. We had the smoked brisket sandwich when we visited Bucky's. That was pretty fun. Turbo Adolescent is the only one with the Pounce configured because the other ones are too small for it. So let's try this out. We make a copy. We take this one. You see, this is how we upscale this to the older growth stages so that they use the same config. Basically just do this, make the smaller growth stage the size of the larger growth stage. This is the fake adolescent and this is the real sub-adult. And we open the rig of the the real sub-adult. And we take the Pounce parts directly from here. And this is parented to the spine. So we'll parent it the same over here. We take Pounce 2 and that's parented to spine 01. So we do that over here. It's alongside the camera part. Then we take Pounce 1. And it's parented to spine 02. Spine 02. Sounds like Spinosaurus. And let's take a look if this is roughly similar. It is. So what this means is that the yellow one, the direction of the yellow arrow is the right side of the pounced animal. And the direction of the orange arrow is the upside direction of the pounced animal. So Arbovenator will be looking up like this while sitting on this tabo. Now the sub-adult has a config. And we close the sub-adult and then we take the fake adolescent again and we upscale it to adult size. Let's just ensure they're roughly similar so that it lines up nice and tidy. Spine 3, paste it under the spine again. So it goes over here. You can see that's pretty low actually. That's because of the proportions being a little different. Spine 01. And we take Pounce 1 and we add it to spine 02. This way we have Pounce parts for all Tabo stages now. And then we can remove the fake adolescent. And now you can pounce onto Tabo as Arbovenator. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? I am fairly happy with it. What a goat. What a goat, this guy. Seabird skin for Pteranodon. Okay, so we can close down Tarbo. Let's take a look at Suko. Suko was the same thing. We need to upscale it for the larger growth stages. I see an issue with this Suko one. Look at this. So as I mentioned, the orange arrow is the upside axis of the pounced animal. And the yellow one is the right side of the pounced animal. But when I'm looking at this one, It's basically telling me that the Pounce dynamo will be looking inside the stomach of the Zuko right here. So that needs a little changing. Probably something like this. This one is correct though here on the spine, so we work with that. Now we make a copy of this guy, and we take the decoy and upscale him. And then we open up the real subadult. And then we add the Pounce latching points. And it should work like a charm. Let's take a look. Pounce and Pounce. Yep, they work. And then we can close the subadult down. Now we upscale it to the adult sizing. And we do the same. So we open up the adult. Open up the Rick. Rick Grimes. You know, those who know Rick Grimes, the GOAT. We're lost. Alright. And now we can remove the decoy. And then Zuko is a closed chapter as well. Juvenile. That's sort of exciting. Alright. We'll add the pouncing latch points to the subadult Sorbocyte as well. Let's quickly do that. There's quite a few for this guy though. As you can see, there's I think 5 latch points or something. Let's upsize this guy. Primarily, we just need to ensure that the body is roughly the same size, because the neck will of course be slightly different. I think this can work. So from the adolescent, we have a Pounce 3 part on the spine. So we add that here as well. Then we have a Pounce 2 part on spinal 1. We'll add that. Then we have a Pounce 4 part on the spine 02. Let's also add that. And there's a crazy cat that just jumped in my window again. And now he wants me to open the door again. It is important that I concentrate when I do this. I cannot read the chat constantly. If I don't concentrate, I'll just make a mistake. Spine 3. Already did that one, so we're missing Pounce 1. Where's the Pounce 1 part? Pounce 1 is linked to spine 04. Let's take a look where all of them ended up. Whoops, missing Pounce latch point 5. Right, looks good with this one. This one on the bag is pretty good. Pretty good. So now you can pounce onto sub-adult Sora Poseidon as well as Arbovenator. Let's close down that. Let's take a look here. What have we got here? Para. So para is a bit annoying because it has the gender deformation. So I have to do the same thing twice for each of them. He's a skinwalker, my cat, definitely. Surely, 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 surely. Okay, let's add the decoy. Close down that one. Upscale to sub-adult sizing. Now we start opening these two up. Again, annoying that we have to do the same thing twice, but there's no way around it. Rear kickbone, we haven't used that since Legacy. I should probably get rid of that, considering it'll probably just cause some issue. Alright, we've got Pounce 3 goes under the spine. Thankfully, I can do both at once. Pounce 2 goes under Spino 1. And then we've got the last one, which is Pounce 1 that goes under Spino 3. Let's take a look at what it all looks like. Looks correct right here, correct right here, and correct right here. It looks so pixelated right here. It's strange. Very pixelated. Let's close the sub-adults. Let's open up the adults. Let's do taxonomy. Taxidermist Jaco. Opening up these corpses, these lifeless bodies. Body horror. Let's scale up the decoy model again. Yep, that's fairly fitting. We'll apply this to the spine. Yep, we got it. Spino 1. And then we've got the Pounce 1, which goes to Spino 3. Let's take a look what it looks like. Everything is done correctly. Heck yeah, it is. We close down the adults. Oh my god, this is repetitive. I know it's boring. I know it's boring, but it's gotta be done. It's gotta be done. Ugh. It's gotta be done. Just a second. Face cam is back on. That code was not even by me. That was because we added a YouTuber codes. So each YouTuber could make their own code, and one of the YouTubers made that his code saying Path of Titan is bad or something. I wasn't even aware that code was a thing of until someone reported it on Twitter. Someone was saying that I was being anti Path of Titans or something. And I explained that I didn't even know what they were talking about, and then I found out that there was this code in game. Yeah. It was pretty strange. So all the YouTubers they could choose what their own code would be called. And some guy chose that. His name is Lord Einiosaurus. He's a goober. He's a crazy guy. Pounce 3 on Spawn. Pounce 2 on Spino 1. This does mean that, no wait, Deinonychus cannot pounce on these guys. Because it still has its limit in place. There's no reason for Deinonychus to pounce on these guys. They're way too big. Way too damn big. Like that guy from Rush Hour would have said. What's that guy's name? Rush Hour. You're too damn big. I think he said. But he is too damn big. I don't know what you've been feeding him, but he's too damn big. Who are you? You. I am you. Who are you? You is blind. Oh my god. I'm sick of playing games. But he is too damn big. Ooh. Let's get some Ark in here. I'm listening to Ark music now. Pretty goaded. I love the Ark soundtrack, especially like the base game soundtrack. So great. I wish you could hear what I was hearing right now, but it would be copyright struck and nobody would be able to watch this live stream. So, yeehaw. This official soundtrack is just the base game Ark soundtrack. Yeah, Ark Survival Evolved, of course. We're not talking about Ark Raiders or whatever they're called. Those new Ark games, copycats stealing the name of the original OG. Why is the adolescent so big? But he is too damn big. Let's see if they're fitting. Yep, seems to be fitting just right. Okay, Acro. I can move Acro, Para, Sarah Poseidon, Suko, Tabo. I'll keep one of them until I have configured some of the others here. Let's start with Thero. Dinosaur is my goat. He needs a little bit of a. He needs a little bit of TLC. I do agree. He needs a little update. Maybe an upsize. We're not gonna do any model changes. I just think he needs an upsize, new ability, some upgraded textures. I think that would be alright. But we're not doing that while he's in Uplands because we already have Acro in Uplands. We don't want Therodontosaurus to be just a paid Acro. Let's grab the Pounce latch point from Tarbo. Let's make them refitted for Thero. There's a lot of jiggle stuff here on this fella. Spine, add that there. Pounce 2 goes onto the next one. Pounce 1 goes onto this rear spine, this one. Alright. Let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, this is all the way back at the tail. Let's move that thing up here. Let's see, I think it needs to be course corrected a little bit like this. Maybe like this. I think this is better. Pounce 2 is over here, but where's the bone it is latched to? Alright, it's over there. So let's not put it on the thigh. That would look a bit silly. Put it here, I think, and then slightly into the body, just so it looks more latched on. Then we take Pounce 1 and it's Spino 3. So it should be over here. It's inside the middle right now. Oh wait, it's not. It's not inside the middle. I'm gooping around. I'm gooping around. Okay, we got top side. Let's see, is everything good here? Yeah, this one needs some changes. Is this one good? Yep. All right. I can apply this to the other growth stages then. Probably not the adolescent. The adolescent is way too small. But the sub-adult, definitely. So I open up the female. Open up the female again, the taxidermist. I'm the taxidermist. I'm opening up animal carcasses, animal statues. Hell yeah. Let's see, was everything added properly? It would seem so. Everything in one ecosystem was not fun, though. Immensely imbalanced, stupid gameplay, impossible to balance. No, thank you. No, thank you, consort. No, thank you. You can play sandbox or whatever if you want to do that, but that will not be in the survival servers. Oh, I cannot make this guy smaller for some reason. There we go. You must be crazy if we're adding every single dinosaur to the same ecosystem. Do you take me for a madman? Thero is done as well now. But let's move Tarbo away. Just check for good order. Correct. Correct. Damn, G-Man. Have fun talking with the 12-year-olds. There's too many silly suggestions for me to weigh in on the chat right now. I think the bots are going crazy. Too many bots in the chat saying add back 20-ton Giga or something. Musume. I don't know what Musume is. I'll be able to show some of the Easter skins soon. We have already finished a few of them. Oh, I'm yawning. It's hard live streaming, man. It's hard. Usually I just like work and without having to talk constantly. Okay, Therodontosaurus is handled now. Let's wrap up Senti, just because Senti is probably fairly quick. Because it can only pounce onto the adults. So, and it's only one pounce power as well. I probably don't need much scaling for this one. So pretty. Senti is very shiny, but I haven't updated the normals for it yet. I think this was done by Brickbull. It'll be all the way back here, the Pounce part, and it'll be Pounce 1. Because there's only one Pounce part on this guy. Sentidan, hell yeah! I'm yawning way too much for this face cam. Someone will just clip me. Clip me yawning and make stupid emotes. Yeah, we need a way to unlock Dinosaur's Diplomas again. I wonder, how should we make Dinosaur's Diplomas be unlocked? What should it require? I think here for Dinosaurus that will. It'll be the adolescent that can be pounced onto and the sub-adult, as mentioned. And then for Theory, the same probably. I'm not sure how much the I don't think the adolescent Theory actually weighs very much, so maybe only the sub-adult. I think that may be the best bet here. It could technically add the Plumas to another ecosystem as another playable entirely. If there's any demand for that. And of course it has to make sense first. We're not just doing random stuff. It has to be thought through, carefully planned. Let's do a Cantho now. So a Cantho will be get 3 spots as well, not 5. I think 5 is a little excessive, I think. Or is it? 5 Arbos. 5 Arbos can definitely not take down a Cantho anyhow. It would probably not make a big difference. Upscale the Cantho looks kind of cool. That's a lot of detail now, especially on the scoots. Look how rough the scoots look now. It looks so lived compared to before. Before it was just like a boring texture. Now it's pretty cool. All right, let's see how many we've got. 5 slots actually. 5 slots. Let's put something on them and see what happens. The Pounce 3. It's already placed pretty well. Got this one. Let's put that one up here. That down a bit. Put it inside a bit. Pounce 1 is over here. There's also one over here. Let's put that one a bit down here. Let's ensure that it's aligned. not being weird. Pounce 2 again over here for the upper echelon of the area. Let's do this and this. Pounce 1. Did I already do this one? No, I didn't. So these are the pounce points for Acantho, I believe. I think this is pretty balanced. 5 spots. 5 Arbos can latch on to 1 Acantho. That will still do a lot of damage even to an Acantho. I will say that much. Pounds 3, pounds 4, pounds 5. As for the adolescent, let's take a look. How heavy is adolescent? Acanthocoria. 2.5 tons. Let's make it also able to take on 5 Arbos, I suppose. Alright. Let's scale down this guy if it allows us. It doesn't, so I just have to delete these things so that it does. Oops, that was the wrong one I took down. It is this one, up downscale. Listening to Attack on Titan soundtrack now. Shinso Wasasagayo. Dedicate your hearts. Shinso Wasasagayo. Isn't that how they do it? The Survey Corps. The Survey Corps. The Survey Corps. I think that's how they do it. Shinso Wasasagayo. Let's see here. Got all the slots open. Let's start adding this. Start up the engines. Firing up the engines. T minus 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Liftoff. Liftoff achieved. Okay, they're a little. What should I say? What the heck? I can scale them up and down like this. That's pretty cool. Doesn't that technically mean I don't need to do this decoy stuff? Probably not. Let's try it out. So I go directly on the adolescent model. Paste in the bones. Let's try it out. Pounce 2 onto pounce 01. Pounce 3 onto pounce 02. Pounce 4 onto pounce 03. Pounce 5 onto pounce 04. And you should be able to see that they're a little too far out here. So what happens if I just could probably just do this. Ooh, that works. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Ooh, that hits the spot. That hits the spot. Although this one is No longer in the middle. I think this can work. I think this can work. Alright, Acantho's done now. Um. Okay, okay. We have Theracino and Dinakyrus. There will be 3 latch points on either of these. Yeah, Canthacodia is very strong right now. Mainly because the Therodontosaurus packs and the Acro packs, yeah. Not to be mean, but not very good at the game. Acromains and Theromains, I'm sorry, but yeah, you're a kind of skill issue. You're a kind of skill issue. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it's the truth. You need to start coordinating in your packs more better. But that's a Roblox introduced the chat update, right? And now you can no longer even chat to your pack mates. So if you want to coordinate with people properly, you need to like do Discord or just find someone who's naturally good at the game, like yourself or something. Like if you want to play Acro, right? You need a pack, of course. You cannot just play solo Acro. But the problem is the Acro pack mates out there. They're not very good at the game. So you're just stuck like with a bunch of bad players in your pack, and they don't help you when you're fighting, and they just all bomb rush in instead of doing any strategy for taking down like a Sauropside. It's horrible, man. It's horrible to view. Now there was a time when the Acros were very strong. Like the players had actual skill. Like back when Acro was like the biggest carnivore in the game alongside Torvo. Then all the skilled players, of course, played those. Now all the skilled players they just jump immediately up to Sarfaganax or Carcharodontosaurus, etc., and T-Rex. Whereas Acro is now more of an entry level pseudo Apex. Which is a shame because Acro is pretty cool. The high spined lizard. Ooh. Peter Santinello has uploaded a video. How's the stream doing though? Is it looking good? Am I loud and clear? Is the quality of the stream good? Like, can you see what's going on the screen? Like, does it look good? Also, remember, whenever you say buff something, it's not up to me. I'm not a part of the balance team. I don't do the balance of the game. I just make features and then I tell the balance team, yo guys, I have added this. Your job, your job to balance it. I just add features and then they your responsibility now. That's how that works. Alright, Dinosaur, let's take a look. Sub-adult. Oh wow. I think this has to go into Ilium then. Let's try this one. Onto body 3. And this one onto wait, what? Body 2. Yep. I am now listening to Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Official soundtrack. Raise the flag. The best pirate game of all time is unironically an Assassin's Creed game. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? There's just no good pirate games out there other than Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Fucking hell, man. Someone should make a really great pirate game. Maybe it should be us. You know that Skull and Bones game that Ubisoft did? Yeah. No comment. No comment. It was very bad. It was very bad. In my opinion. But now they're remaking the Assassin's Creed for Black Flag, which I'm very excited for. I hope they do it justice. I don't want to see it like purged or completely mangled. I want to see something awesome. Because I know Ubisoft can do it. They just gotta get their shit together. Bum 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 da 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 da. Ubisoft. Arc Ragnarok theme. I remember that the Creatures of Sonaria developers, Sonar Studios, tried to do a pirate game on Roblox. Winds of Fortune was the name, but yeah, that failed. It was even included in a game fund. Like, do you guys remember back when we applied for the game fund and we got a no? And then all the game fund games, they ended up failing because they chose a bunch of stupid games. Yeah, I'm still kind of salty about that. I'm still kind of salty. They say no to a game that is actually still existing. And they said yes to a bunch of games that are now dead. They spent $25 million on that. Oh, they could have given me $25 million and I would have conquered Roblox. All right, Dinosaurus is working here. Let's add it to the theory as well, and then I will open up the testing branch and we will test it all together. Isn't that amazing? We will test it all together. $25 million. Thank you very much, Mr. Stack. Thank you very much. I don't know if Creatures of Sonaria is promoting gambling, but I mean, we have gambling too, so is it worse than ours? I mean, technically, life in its entirety is a big gamble because you constantly take risks and chances. There's nothing is guaranteed in life. So, Creatures of Sonaria is life, perhaps. Lifetime of trips to China. Hell yeah! I could have bought a mansion in China or something. I know I'm going on a big vacation this May. Actually, I'm going to Japan and South Korea, so I'll be gone for a while. Which is why I'm working a shit ton right now to make up for the time I'm gonna be away. Who do you see working during the Saturdays and Sundays like me? Who else do you see working like this? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Who else? Name me another crazy developer who's working every single day. Every single day. And then, of course, I go on vacation. I chill out. But working every day for the people. For the people, of course. The people. The people are the best. But yeah, I'll be gone for an entire month during May. I'll be gone the entire month of May. So I'll be going on the 28th of April, and I'll be back again on the 28th of May. I'll be doing 15 days in Japan and 16 days in South Korea. And then I'll come back, and then I'll work until probably September. September, we may go on a business trip together, actually. We have discussed, the team and I, that we should go to the Roblox Developer Conference. You guys may remember that I went to the Roblox Developer Conference in 2022. And I've been thinking that we should do a business trip together, like where the business pays, like Jackie Studios pays for it. That we go to RDC, you can see this type of stuff. Where a bunch of Roblox developers meet up and eat a nice dinner and learn about Roblox and connect with other Roblox developers. And yeah, it's a bit of a weird place, let me tell you that much. There's been some controversy about this place. I'm not gonna go into details on that, but there's been some controversy here. Fun don't die. Yeah, I think this guy knows about the controversy. Pounce actually went to RDC last year. Yeah, it looks strange. I agree. But this was the time when I went. This is not me or anything like that. Just some random people. Oh no, this was the mocap type of animation. I'm 25. You can see the beard. You can see the full Viking beard here. Why don't you think I'm older than that? Faxakundi is the goat. Faxakundi is the goat. But yeah, it was pretty fun the last time I went to San Francisco and did the developer conference. We saw David Bazooka. I have called him Bazooka. I cannot remember why. His name is Bazooki, but I have always said Bazooka because I heard someone else say Bazooka, and ever since I started saying Bazooka as well. But yeah, so we may go to that as a business trip if the game makes a lot of money over the summer. So we'll be using some game funds for team building. And I know a lot of you guys, especially the younger audience, think, what the heck? Spending business fund, game funds on taking the developers on vacation. It's team building. It's meant to connect the developers together so that we're more entangled. We have looked each other in the eye. We can personify each other more easily. Team building is all about, strengthening our bonds together. And the entire point is, of course, not just going to RDC, Roblox Developer Conference, but I have promised that I want to take Teresa or Ripple to see the Sequoia National Park. I love this. This is probably my favorite place on Earth. Probably my favorite place on Earth. I love these trees. I love them. I love them so much. The General Sherman. I have a picture next to this guy. He's fucking huge. I have walked right here on this path. I want to go. I need to go back. I need to go back. A Diddy party. Bruh. What? That's crazy. These are the redwood. Let me do Jedediah or Prairie Creek State Park. I have been here as well. It's just like, wow. You really cannot understand what I'm saying before you go and see these trees for yourself. My favorite place on earth, giant trees. It's way too cool. Do you guys recognize this place? This is Prairie Creek State Park. This is the Walking with Dinosaurs Fern Canyon, where the Allosaurus attacks the Stegosaurus. It was recorded here before they added the dinosaurs. I love this place. I love this place, which is why Redwoods is also my favorite biome in Extinction. What can I say, man? I can talk about these trees all day. Amazonia killed your 54% monster spino. Wow. Daryl got this skill issue. Bruh. Alright, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. I'm getting bored of configuring Pounce latching points. Well, we're not sure yet what's causing the issue in Jurassic and why it's only Jurassic. So it's a little difficult to fix right now, and we have no like decisive replication for the issue. Oh my god, what the heck is this? Oh shit, there. If you got stuck, oh, I wouldn't say being stuck is a bug. I never get stuck, but I mean, it takes a pro. It takes a pro not to get stuck, so I'm not gonna blame you. But yeah, getting stuck, no. I wouldn't call that a bug because it's avoidable. But it's up to the admins to decide, so you can shoot your shot and see if it works. I'm just saying my opinion. I'm a wild man. Wild man. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. We haven't started working on Abovenator's ability to climb or glide yet. Hmm. Who modified the Yang? What do you mean modified? What you mean? Dinosaur already has quite a few skins. We need to equally distribute the skins. And we don't do that by giving it to dinosaurs that already have 10 skins. Except if it's John. John can get all the skins it wants. Hmm. I think Adolescent Theory is a little too small to have that many latch points. I think it'll only get one. I think that's the best. Let's get rid of the rear kick bones. No reason for them anymore. Yep, I have just added a bunch of latch points so Arbo can pounce onto a lot of dinosaurs. Let's get rid of this base plate again. Go. Alright, I'm gonna open up the testing branch so we can test this, I think. Let me also open. Starting to speak gibberish. 10, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Hey, Cephas? Mm, 14, 18. And here we got 385, 18, 22. Let me publish this. For some reason, in the new Roblox update, You had to do this version name, but like I don't know where is this visible. Who can read this? What's the point of it? Or Centaur's Rebel Radio. Non-stop pop. Let's listen to non-stop pop. Shuffle play non-stop pop. Oh. Midnight City. Midnight City. We got it. All right. Please join. 2,000 people on Extinction. That's crazy. It's not even an update. Like a big update. It's just a patch. It's not even a big update. That's crazy. 2,000 people playing Extinction right now. Last year at this same time we had like I think 300 players, 3 or 400 players. You can join Uplands now, and we'll test out Arbovenator and the dinosaurs they can pounce onto. Only join Uplands. Only join Uplands, please. I just want to know if we can now pounce as Arbovenator. That's all I want to know. I will spawn as Arbovenator. Some people can spawn as something else. Growth is 10 times faster right now. Amber gain is 1,000 times faster. Mastery is 1,000 times faster. Fossil collecting is 1,000 times faster as well. Lots of stuff. And let me get a list again of everything that Arbo can pounce. Look at my beautiful Arbo. Look how beautiful he is. So beautiful. He's such a beautiful guy. Beautiful. My my peafowl. Okay, I think it's time to close the window. Sophus is also here now. He is also here now. Is that Sophus? Is that? Is that overlever? Alright, have we got anyone to pounce on? Let's see, are there any people spawned in? Okay, a lot of Arbos have spawned. Let me teleport to Government Man and see if I can pounce onto him. He's using Senti. He just died? What a troll! I teleport to him to pounce on him and he just commits oof. Oh god, I cannot eat in this ecosystem. For fuck's sake. This ecosystem is not using the most updated data. I have kind of forgotten how to pounce actually, because I haven't done it in a while. Would you press T? Yeah, turns out testing branch doesn't have the most updated version of the game that main game has, which is why you cannot eat on testing branch. So growth is pretty much impossible unless you already have growth or tester permits. So yeah, that's a shame. I have forgotten how to pounce. Controls, MMB. Let me watch the tutorial Lifty made. Let me actually do that because I am fairly certain I know how to do it. So maybe it's just because it just doesn't work and it's breaking right now. Let's take a look. Where is the tutorial? There it is. Hover your mouse or look near. Then press T. Oh, that doesn't work. Oh, what the heck just happened? Yeah, I don't think it works right now. Did it publish correctly even? Everything is right here for it. Styraco up to adult. What is missing? Everything is here. Maybe Uplands is just completely broken. Nothing happens when I hover over this Styraco. Maybe it's broken because of how Arbo is done. You know how there's a difference between a male and female. That's the only dinosaur that has that change right now. So we'll definitely need some scripting support for this, but everything is configured. But you're saying that Cinti is broken as well. Arbo is meant to be able to pounce onto a Styraco, but it cannot do that right now. At least I cannot. Maybe Deinonychus can. Oh yeah, Deinonychus can. Why does Arbo not want to pounce? At the errors here. No particular errors here. Is one right here that's a warning. So Deinonychus works, but Arbo doesn't. But I swear they're configured the same. Oh my god, I got put in combat by little goober. Female peafowl is so funny. Okay, can the female pounce then? The female's so big. Everything is configured as it's supposed to. Let me check if there's anything missing. I have done it the exact same way I have done it for the others. Let's take a look. Styraco is right there, so it should work. So Deinonychus can pounce here, but Arbo cannot. Even though they have the exact same config. 7 here for Utarupt, it says. Six here for Arbo, which is what it's supposed to. I think it's simply because of how there's a size difference between male and female like this. Meaning that the scripts cannot read it because they're different sizes. So it cannot read that I have given it a pounce ability. Even though jump does work. Well, meat boosting growth does nothing when you cannot eat anything. At least the new spawn weights work, so these guys have fresh spawns at that size. That's pretty cool. Let me see if it's missing from another configuration. Because maybe something else has been added to it. My voice is starting to get a little dry, so the live stream will probably not last too long. Okay, there is nothing here that says that Arbovenator should not be able to pounce. It is configured the same way as the others. Well, this is very strange. There's nothing I can do. It'll require some scripting support. Everything is here. The attacks are there. Pounce, bite. Hmm. It's the exact same here. Tired. I am getting tired. Hmm. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on right now. Need one of the programmers to tell me what's up because it's likely just an issue because of it being Arbo. And that's again because of how Arbovenator is configured. Maybe it didn't publish at all in the first place. If it will publish, it says it was published, but can one trust that it was published? I cannot say. Okay, what is up with this? Oh wait, no, that was Dread. Dread is the one that has the textures that aren't loaded yet. So Poseidon seems to have loaded all its textures. Little floating guy right here. Conk. Tabo has a glossy face as well. It's been flipping 5 or 6 days since I added the night eyes changes to it, and it's still glossy. So stupid. Poor little fella, that Labo. Zoom 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 bada boom boom boom. So cute. Yeah, we need some scripting to be done for this guy. We're missing something. Okay, so I don't think there's any more work to be done for Abo now before we can have some scripting support that will help us identify what the issue is. We've been live streaming for 2 hours. Are there any small changes I can make to the game that you think is a good idea? Then let me know in the chat right now and I may just do it. Not anything giant or anything like that, just some small changes and that you think would be nice. Oh, houseniddag. Hvad er det på vej hen? Fluffy? Fix render distance. I cannot fix that. That's Roblox servers being slow. Instant turn from Machi. I cannot easily do that. Amphi speed. That's up to the balance team. Instant turn fast for Sako. I think it's already plenty fast. A harem ability for Spino. What? Harem ability for Spino. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. Nice, Nova. Oh. Range buff. I'm mainly thinking about things that need, fixing. Small things that can be fixed. I'm not doing balance stuff. My cat's name is Sophus. One Lung is getting Pounce soon as well, once we have figured out the Arbovenator stuff. Dread drinking speed? Nah. It'll continue drinking slowly. It looks immersive when it's drinking. I've always said I wanted to add a skin of Sophus in the game for like a feathered dinosaur. Swap current Iggy Trot with bipedal trot animation. I think it's better if we just add back the functionality of the bipedal mode than trying to patch it up badly. The best Faxicandi, the original. The others are bad. I don't like drinking weird sodas. I prefer just normal Faxicandi. Faxicandi. 15 a tick. Nice. Intentional. Give Quetz a crouch. What would Quetz do with a crouch? Glowing eyes should already be working for all other dinosaurs, not just your own. So that's probably a bug if that is occurring. Any info on release of Sandbox? I mean, we've said like every week, hopefully next week, and then it just doesn't end up happening. So I'll just say it again, hopefully next week. At some point it'll be true. Edmonto can tail whip to the left when subdulled. That sounds strange. I can quickly fix that if it's an actual issue. So let's test that. Subadult Edmond Tail Slam. Let's see what that does. Of course, I'm biased to Spino. Of course, I'm mega biased. I'm so tired. Like, I'm not gonna be able to live stream for much longer. Just need to relax. Okay, it's taken quite a little while to make this lowland server. Where the hell have I gotten this receipt? It's not possible to hit 100% monster. Hello, laser. Uh, Tree climbing for synopters. I believe that's already planned. I'm yawning every 5 seconds. Please. I'm gonna stop this live stream soon. I'm way too tired. Right, let's try the tail slam. This is for the elder, by the way. Works for elder. Let's try adult. Yep. Yep. Sub-adult. Left attack. What the heck was that? What the heck? Yeah, I do see this. Sub-adult Edmund does have this issue. Very strange. Let me look into that quickly. This is what I'm talking about. Small things that I can easily fix. I'm not going to be able to code an entire new program within 5 minutes. The tag 2, let's go to the sub-adult, secondary, tail, raw. This should be, I think it's fixed now in new servers. In testing branch, and then it will be published as well. The main game at some point. That's weird. Works for the other stages. Yep, it's fixed. Done my good deed of the day. You have to be able to contact Modmail to get support. And I'm not sure if you need to verify with Blockslink or not. I really cannot say. It's not because I'm bored, I'm literally just tired. I've done a lot of different things today. No, the Arbo stuff will not be today. The programmers don't work during the weekends, so. But maybe next patch. Next patch it'll be ready. Arbo pouncing, and perhaps even Guanlong too, if you're lucky. If you're lucky, because I would have to configure latch points for a lot of Jurassic dinosaurs, and that's gonna be so boring. I don't like configuring latch points. Um, but yeah, I'll end the live stream now. I'm way too tired to continue. There's no reason, and we're done with the Arbo stuff. I'm not sure when I'll be live streaming again, but at some point. So, as usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Listen to your parents. Don't engage in degeneracy. Yeah. See y'all later, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in.